go.
You think it's going to come down between you and Branch again this year?
I don't know. He's a champ, so I think he'll be 100% as always. And that's what I expect everyone on stage. But you know, he got I'm you know, I'm only confident in the past and
Commissioner O'Grady, for your nice introduction and the wonderful words that you have said, and for your great work. And Commissioner Brown, thank you very much for being here today, and all the other Franklin County commissioners, thank you very much. And Mayor Coleman, you have been a great friend of our Arnold Classic Sports Festival here for many, many years, and you're not just one of those guys that come here for a photo op. You're here from the beginning to the end of our championships. We want to just say to you, thank you so much for your friendship, and thank you for everything that you're doing for us, what you're doing for the city of Columbus, and I'm looking forward to our continuous relationship. Thank you very much. Big hand to Mayor Coleman for his great leadership and his great work. Also a big thank you to John Raphael, the chair of the Veterans Memorial Board. We want to thank also Dr. Bob Goldman, for sponsoring this sculpture. Thank you very much, and for your great dedication to sports and fitness throughout your lifetime. And then Ralph Crawford, thank you, Ralph, for sculpting this sculpture and doing such a great work. You had to put the work in there, so thank you very much. It's great to have you here today, and also thank you for giving up this sculpture, because I know that one was meant to be for you, but you gave it up because we didn't have much lead time, and we have it now here, so thank you very much. And Jim Lorimer, thank you for your great partnership and for your friendship. You have been an absolute jewel in my life. Thank you very much. And also Rafaela Centoya. This auditorium was responsible for that, because Jim Lorimer organized the World Championships in bodybuilding and also the World Championships in weightlifting. And this is where I won the Mr. World competition, and since then we have had this great friendship. So I thank that to the Veterans Memorial Auditorium, because that's where I met Jim Lorimer. So thank you, Jim, for the great friendship, and for being such a great counselor and advisor to me throughout my whole life since 1970. Thank you very much. Number two, this is very important to me to have this statue here at the Veterans Memorial, because the Veterans Memorial has always contributed to the growth of fitness and bodybuilding. When I started out at the age of 15, I wanted to be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to win as many bodybuilding titles, Mr. Olympia, Mr. Universe, Mr. World, as possible. But eventually the time came where bodybuilding was much more to me. I didn't want to just stand in front of the mirror and think about myself. I wanted to really elevate and lift the entire sport. And in order to do that, this auditorium here behind us was largely responsible to make bodybuilding become such a huge sport in the world. This is a place where there were 5,000 people watching the bodybuilding competition in 1970, and now there's 200,000 people coming through because of this great auditorium and because of the great city of Columbus, Ohio. So this is why I'm very proud that it is standing right here, this statue, because this building has contributed so much to the promotion of health and fitness and bodybuilding and strength training and so on throughout the world. And thirdly, it is because the name of this auditorium is called the Veterans Memorial Auditorium. I happen to be a huge fan of our military and of our veterans. I'm a huge fan because we would not be here in the greatest country in the world if it wouldn't be for the brave men and women that have fought for hundreds of
2, 3, 4. Thank you all for being here today, and please enjoy this year's Arnold Sports Festival.
I think I don't know. You got a
And your kids are here. What do they feel now?
Arnold, please.
He's got a long way to go with this. He's got to get all the way up in his 6'8" frame. He's got it on his belly. He reverses his grip. There's one.
That's
that looked comfortable.
430 pounds up against 459 pounds.
He's got more than a minute to go in order to see if he can get at least 3 so he can move ahead of this competition. There's some strong men coming up behind him. Didn't like his grip, didn't like the way it felt. Gonna take a breath. He's got time. Has begun. This is Misha Kokleya. Whoa! Okay, that was fast. We're in for something right now. He did that in less than 20 seconds. That was pretty impressive. Here we go. Come on, Misha. Did not have it under control. He checks the clock. He approaches the bar. He's got 55 seconds. Almost there. Almost there. There you go. And he's got it under control. That's 2. In the whole wide world, but can he get another rep up?
Watch the power. Incredible power.
Hit him in the throat.
Yeah, but the power in these arms. Look how high it goes up on his chest. He is manhandling this implement. Whoa.
That's 2.
There's not one muscle fiber in that body that's weak. You saw how far back he leaned. He still controlled this implement as it was trying to push him over backwards.
49 seconds. Right now, 3 repetitions is our top standard. Not quite, almost.
I see 4.
He's got 2 so far. Almost there. Almost there. He's got it under control. And that's 3. He's got plenty of time. He's got 42 seconds.
With so much power.
To his left shoulder. Getting his balance. Oh, yes, he did. He's 23.
Yes, and that is a thing of beauty. Iceland's strongest man showing us what he's made of.
Yes, he did. Oh my gosh. Did you see the way he got that under control?
What a recovery.
Thanks for Brian Shaw. Swings it up. Gets it in place. Whoa, my. Hello, what's going on? That's 1.
What's going on is preparation.
2. Flawless, straight up over his center. That was flawless. That's 2. Come on, Brian.
I believe he's training with a bigger weight than this.
That's 3. We got something going on here.
A hip drive.
You can see it all over his face. This is wheelhouse. You come into Mike's house.
Look at
here
that
we go.
deltoid and tricep kick in. My Lord, he is so strong.
He's done 4 so far. And 5 is there. All right, now he is tied. He's tied, but he has 45 seconds. He's sending a message. Holy moly! That's 6.
Incredible at the top of the lift when he simply settles in and balances that implement.
Now he's on the left-hand side. Well, there you go. That's 7. that time. He's got time though. He's got 40 seconds. Do you think he can do some more? He's currently tied for 3rd place. This is his event 1. I only say that because he's the one that did the 13 reps with the lighter weight. Has to regroup. He's got 1. Derek Poundstone has won this event twice. That's 2. That took a lot of strength. Now he's got to move it. 90-second clock has begun. Zydrunas gets it right over to his shoulder and in his ear. 1. No? No? Magnus said no. He's got to get it right in the right place. The balance is everything when he gets it into place, and then he's got to get it centered. Zydrunas Savickas has won the Arnold Strongman 5 times. Yes, that one's good.
Historically, obviously, the great season, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu mentality revolutionized martial arts in a lot of ways. They deserve the credit for that. I think the one flaw in that is that we get so grounded and caught up in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as a lifestyle and as a style that you fail to learn the other pieces of the MMA puzzle to be a well-rounded, complete fighter. So I think it's great style. There's a ton of merit there for ground fighting. You find yourself on the ball.
From Newman, Georgia, Kim Buck. From Houston, Texas, Tina Chandler.
TV on blast, turn it down, don't want it to clash with nobody screaming out. You got me moaning now, I got a secret summer dropping to the floor. I know teasing, you waited long enough, don't hold back, you know I like it rough, I know you liking it, so why you standing over there with your clothes on?
From England, Kizzy Baines. From Renton, Washington, Tan G. Johnson. From Bridgewater, New Jersey, Bethany Cisternino. Rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock around the clock tonight. Hey, get out of here. Sick of you bums.
So what, we get drunk. So what, we don't sleep. Living young and wild and free.
what you're gonna be the rest of your life? A bum?
No. I have a dream to become the champion.
So even though we face the difficulties of the day and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Te enseñaré la quebradita.
Everyone to life. Execute jump sequence. Jedi. Be honored if you would join us.
Let's meet the 2012 Arnold Classic competitors. Let's give these amazing competitors another round of applause as they leave the stage and prepare for their next round of competition. Thank you, gentlemen. Please exit to your left.
Grant Warren.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Oh yeah! Y'all know what time it is.
So it's going to be a great morning. We thank you for being here, most sincerely. And then this afternoon, you may wish to go over to the expo again, look at the expo, because there's still a tremendous amount happening there. And at the same time, we have the Arnold Sports Film Festival at the Arena Grand Theater there, a little after 1 o'clock. And that's going to be a great...
Truly a man who needs no introduction. How about a great hand for the governor ourselves, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Good morning, everybody. The way it looks when you look up there, and you have a good eye for those things too, everyone has already worked out. Can you tell? I mean, look at everybody. It's pumped up. They all had their protein bars and their protein powder and their scrambled eggs and their steak. And they did the multivitamins, and they did
100 chin-ups and 100 sit-ups and 100 squats and all of those things. Am I right or wrong?
You know, it's funny because I didn't get that.
What our plan was when we started organizing the competitions here in 1976, which was then the Mr. Olympia competition and Mr. Universe competition and Miss International competition, that we wanted to make the sport of bodybuilding more popular. And as I said yesterday, we were kind of on a fitness crusade. And we said we're going to do everything possible from magazines to books to promotion of the competition here, and get as much from the private sector and from the public sector, as many elements involved in order to really create that explosion. And we were very successful. In 1970, when I won here, this auditorium was packed, and the energy here was absolutely extraordinary. And what some people may think as a disadvantage, having flown all night to come to the United States from London, because I just won the 4th Mr. Universe title in London, the 5th actually, 5th Mr. Universe title in London. And I came directly from there to New York. There was picked up the how much you increase to psych out your opponent. It's all about psyching out, and it's all about taking your opponents into a different direction of where you want them to go rather than where they want to go. And so how do you do that? How do you penetrate to someone's head and get them to do those things? So I worked on that and I studied it, and I always figured out that there's a way to do that. And Sergio was at that point, vulnerable, and he felt like this was right after the Mr. World competition.
I have an unfair advantage because I'm from Austria, but I will try my best. Gut schaust aus, was du Ronzen hast gekriegt. Is that good? Kinda? Well, then I tried in English.
Even Arnold didn't understand what you did.
Yeah, I get it. No, because
he's from a different village.
That's right. I'm from a village. It's very small villages there, and so I come here to America to become a famous movie star. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sit down here with your flapper lunch and with your love handles.
Alles klar, mach ich. Danke dir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
He was not a bit funny also to them. And then they tried to correct you and say, no, this is the way you say it. It sounds like people picked up on that. I don't say this is not a doomer. Or, share some of my advices.
That's my personal favorite.
This one was not intentional. This was a screw up.
But it's funny.
We recommend 5 days, 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day cardio. As far as women who have a hard time losing weight on their legs, a lot of it is diet. Honestly, it's probably 80% diet. So you do want to strength train because you want to build that muscle, because the more lean muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is, the more fat that you burn. And then incline walking is really great for the glutes. Jogging, high intensity interval training a couple times a week to speed things up, that also helps to kind of lean out the legs. I can tend to put on muscle pretty easy on my legs, so I actually stopped weight training for a short duration of time, but then incorporated plyometrics, so now it's more maintaining. So I will do walking lunges, I'll use light weights, a lot of high repetitions, but it depends, it depends on your body, so, yep.
The one measurement all the critics and these self-proclaimed experts always forget about, and that's heart. And it's a little drive. That's what defines a man. It's not how big his biceps are, how much he lifts, or how tall he is. It's that inner soul and his heart and his drive and his will to succeed. And the champion's true character doesn't come out of victory. It comes out of defeat and tragedy. And when you've been the champion and you get knocked down to the bottom, then a man's true character comes out, and that's what you're going to do. If you're really a true champion, then you'll rise back up and be champion again. And that's what I did.
Well, I'll tell you this. We got 7 to go to catch Ronnie. But is this a platform that we might see Phil Heath on in the future, even if you're still Mr. Olympia at that time?
At this time, probably not.
No Hubbard?
Well, there's, no Hubbard, right? Well, Bob, it's like this. I got some good news for Phil. I don't think he really need my news, but my advice to him is don't do it. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I did the Arnold and Olympia in the same year, and after the Arnold, you know, my body was kind of like, you know, it's time to rest. You know, of course I couldn't rest because I had to get ready for the Olympia. So the night before the Olympia, I'm backstage, well, I'm in my room actually, and I'm putting on 10. And 1 minute I was conscious, and then the next minute I was unconscious, laying in the bathtub.
He can get away with that. I mean, you're talking to a guy with the best structure, the best genetics, and a great work ethic to match. You know, right now, I mean, I haven't been bodybuilding that long, so I've been bodybuilding almost 10 years, complete. And I just don't feel like I'm that dominant to go ahead and do that split, you know, where I'm not taking the time off. And my biggest thing is kind of like what you would tell me when I was coming up, which is, Phil, he needs more time in the gym. And I'm taking advantage of that time now to bring forth an even better physique at the Mr. Olympic contest in September. Because I got to go against guys like Ranch here. I mean, Ranch is, you know, I mean, we already know this guy's hungry like a lion, you know. I mean, he came back from an amazing, you know. And, oh yeah, that's the best one of all time, probably. So, you know, I try to eat and watch Coleman train and this and that. And I remember I'd nod off and I'd be like this, and then wife come back from work, and then, you know, all she would hear is clang, clang, yeah, buddy, clang, clang, yeah, buddy, lightweight. And then and I'd have it on like full blast according to her. And the minute she turned it down, I'm like, oh, what'd you do? Like, what's going on? So every time, like, I start